So excited, guys. We have with us another guest tonight.
We are very pleased to welcome to the stage our second guest tonight, who has appeared on many a TV show, sitcom and otherwise. Some of the sitcoms are Friends, Will and Grace, and most importantly, Saved by the Bell of the college years. He is also a regular on Big Love and has a feature film coming out called The Last Exorcism. Please welcome to the stage, Patrick Fabian.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Of course.
So I have to note, first off, you played Professor Jeremiah Lasky.
Indeed.
On Saved by the Bell college years.
Yes.
The hot college professor who stole Kelly away from Zach.
No, wait. I didn't steal.
We're going to
Kelly
argue
away.
this early. We're going to argue this early.
I mean,
One question in, and the audience
It wasn't even a question, it was a statement.
She came at me at that one.
That's right, if we remember correctly. This was a big controversy. Kelly Kapowski is still an American icon. I mean,
I didn't know about that at first. You know, when I first got in the show, this is when they moved to college. You know, and I was unaware of it when it was on, you know, on the Saturday morning.
Right.
So they moved to college, and I'm the professor, and I go to my first taping, and you know, and the audience goes wild for them.
Right.
And I really was sort of blown away. I was like, I didn't get that.
Right.
And I do my first episode, and they finally air it, and literally, like the next week, I get like 2 garbage bags filled with fan mail.
They put your fan mail in garbage bags.
Yes, unfortunately.
That's fine. The important thing was fan mail.
I was new to the cast. But all the fan mail was like, you know, thanks for being on the show, and I want to be a professor like you, and all this really very fawning, wonderful stuff. And I was reminded of the power of television. I thought, it's really crazy. And then I kissed Kelly Kapowski.
Yes, you did.
Yeah, you did.
Yes, you did.
Yes, I did.
We all remember that.
And Zach Morris was not happy about
No,
that.
none of us were.
And neither were the fans, because the very next week I got about 8 garbage bags filled with hate mail.
Did you sit there and read them?
Like people like had pictures of me and they crossed it through and they drew pictures on me and they said, "You stink, you're awful, I take back everything I said." It was really fucking horrible.
So fans from one week suddenly turn against you the next week.
That's my favorite part. Remember my letter from last week? I take it back. It's amazing.
Exactly.
That is incredible.
Yeah.
So you had no idea going into it that it had this crazy fan base of people who were literally devoted and
It was
watched
just
it every...
outside of my reach. I was a little bit older, and so I never watched it. And so when I got there, I didn't know, and it was such a huge phenomenon. And the kids, and they were kids, they were all like turning 19, 20, and 21 at the time.
Oh, babies.
And
Children.
yeah, I know exactly. And,
Pains me.
but when they were doing it, they were so professional and so nice. They could have easily been like, you know, like ego-driven assholes,
Of
frankly.
course.
And they weren't. They were so nice
None
and
of them were?
welcoming.
Really?
I'm not gonna
Really?
say- I would never say that, Screech. Anyways, I didn't mean that.
Zingo!
I think he's had enough going on. I don't even,
I
let's
think
not
you're
pile
probably
on,
right
right?
about
That's
that.
not fair.
Are you still in touch with any of the cast these days?
I run into them every now and then. You know, actually, I do the Malibu Triathlon every year for the Pediatric AIDS Foundation.
A
And
philanthropist and an athlete, ladies and gentlemen.
Hey.
Amazing.
This year it's September 12th. Come out to Zuma Beach if you want to do it, or go to the website and donate to anybody.
Sure.
It's a really great organization. And I saw Mark Paul Gosselaar there one year.
Newly single, by the way.
Oh, didn't know that.
My Zach Morris fantasies
Not
have
that it
gone
matters, but,
single.
you know. But it is
Does he still
Hollywood.
have the long brown hair?
No.
From the
He's
legal
cracked-
show?
yeah, he's cracked
I was
it back,
out.
I think
hasn't
he's.
Oh, he
yeah,
did?
he
I
has,
think
he
so,
has,
yeah.
Thank
yeah.
Christ.
So you literally ran into him.
I run into him there, and also Mario Lopez, who, you know, I'm a married man. I've loved women all my life, but boy, oh
Keep going.
boy, he's a good-looking boy.
Yeah. Yep. How good looking would you say?
Well, you know, very, very good looking.
I love it. I love it. Now you have so many credits to your name, so many different types of shows, everything from dramas to comedies.
Yep.
It astounded us. We were looking at your resume. We're like, I mean, we obviously recognize you, and we're like, wow, so many. You're kind of the beacon for actors.
Your IMDb list had, I want to say it's 86 credits.
Unbelievable.
I've been around.
You
A
are-
number of which-
Absolutely.
A number of which are sitcoms, stuff like, I wrote them down, Friends, Dharma and Greg, Just Shoot Me, Will and Grace.
Yeah.
We noticed a
Cupid.
theme with a lot of these shows. Actually.
Yes,
And what
we
is that?
did. You play, some of the roles that we found that you played are Professor, handsome professor, sexy professor, and then another popular one was handsome and sexy professor.
That was my character work.
There's a theme here. Were you meant to be a professor?
You know, I thought I was supposed to be like a rock and roll star or a cop with a gun, something really cool like that. And instead, I get stuck in like tweed jackets with patches. And, you know, and I was like, this is what I was supposed to do. But I guess it's because, I don't know, maybe I'm a much more bossy boss than I thought I was.
Interesting.
You know? Yeah, I think it's my voice more than anything.
Totally.
You know?
I would take direction from you.
Good. Back this way.
So
Back out that way.
she's
Back this way.
That's just a small fraction of what she can do.
Now, have you had any experience being a professor yourself?
I did, as a matter of fact, when I was in graduate school down at Cal State Long Beach. I had to teach basic acting 3 times a week for 3-hour sessions as an arts credit, you know, is how I got paid. And I sort of waltzed into it thinking like, oh, I know what I'm talking about. It's just how hard could this possibly be?
Of course.
Acting. We all do it.
Everyone can do this. And I sit down the first day and like, you know, 50 kids show up looking for their easy art credit, and they look at me because I'm supposedly in charge, and they're like, what do we do? And I realize, I have no idea. And so all of a sudden I start vamping, and I'm like, okay, everybody get into groups of 10 and pick a leader. And I turn around and I'm like, okay, what am I gonna do? I don't know what game can I do? What kind of theater game? And basically that first day I just went ahead and I'm like, okay, come back around. What does blue look like to you? And everybody had to act like blue, or act like a chair, or act like their uncle. And I was exhausted and really sort of like freaked out.
God.
I sent them home. That took about like 10 minutes, and I had to send them home. And,
Clearly
I want to
everyone's
keep it easy on
tired.
you guys for today.
That's amazing. I had an acting teacher who made us we had to stand and use our hips to spell our name in pudding.
Was this a college?
And it doesn't matter what your name is, it looks obscene.
Should we do that now?
I don't know, does that work?
Wait, so
I don't know.
I wasn't sure if I could go for like.
Don't you know you're my hips don't lie, I'm starting to feel.
No, I don't know about that.
Anyway, now did they all get an easy A?
It wasn't, you know, the easy A, all I said was that if you just showed up, because I figured, you know, people weren't there to be
Right.
actors. They were there to get an easy arts credit, and I understand that because I was in college and I took the same thing when I took science.
Right,
So, you know,
right.
and
Rocks for jocks.
exactly, there you go. And instead, if you showed up, you got an A,
Right.
basically. But word got out because at Long Beach there was a real good women's basketball program.
Oh.
And so the first semester, I had one lady who clearly was on the women's basketball team. She was
Right.
like 7'2".
Right.
And she
Right.
showed up, and she showed up, and she tried, and she participated in everything.
Sure.
And she's got an A, nice easy A. So the next semester, like the entire team showed up. And I'm like, I'm trying to find plays for, you know, 7-foot women. And,
You'll all be soldiers.
Steel Magnolias, but in like tall versions.
in giant African American.
I love it. Now, I'm sure, like us, you have a Google alert on your name.
I do not.
Oh, interesting.
I do
Okay, we'll
not.
have to.
Seriously?
Yeah, seriously.
You should get on that.
What is Google Alert?
You-
Did I just make myself an old man by saying
No.
that?
No. You just made yourself less of a narcissist than us.
Slightly more respectable.
Right.
When someone does anything on Google that brings your name up, it sends an alert to your phone being like, hey, look at this link where they discuss you.
Wow.
We discovered, after Googling you ourselves, that you are, and you
Wait
should be
for it.
proud of this, you are the Silver Fox of the Day on the Twitter account Silver Fox of the Day.
But which, by the way, we also noted didn't actually do a silver fox of every day. So
Not
it's more
every
like
day.
Silver fox of whatever they feel
So
like
it rolls over then?
Exactly. But it's like you and George Clooney.
Wow, that's
I
it?
know. That's it.
I like that company.
Yeah.
That sounds good.